Hello everyone, welcome back to another new video. Today I will be showing you a brilliant chess puzzle composed by one of my viewers that includes a mating net with a king, bishop, and just a few pawns. In the following position, white is down a full rook, and two of black's pawns are about to promote. Black's king, however, has very few squares to go to, and white just happens to have a light squared bishop. The only move that doesn't lose for white is the brilliant move bishop to c4 check. If black plays king takes c4, white can play the quiet move pawn to a4, and suddenly, black's king is immobilized on c4 and no move can prevent white from playing pawn to b3 checkmate on the next move. Therefore, black must play king to a4 after bishop to c4 check. Now, white can get a draw by repetition with bishop to b3 and c4 check, which seems to be the best result white has in this position, but as it turns out, white can actually win in this position with the quiet retreating move king to b1. The idea of this move is that white is now intending king to a2 to protect a3, after which pawn to b3 will be checkmate, and if black tries to promote his pawns, white will be just in time to win the game. The only move to prevent this plan is the move rook to d8, with the idea that after king to a2 rook takes d2, the pawn on b2 is pinned, and now white must make a critical decision. The move pawn to d4 may seem very effective as after pawn takes d4, white can still play king to a2 with the unstoppable threat of pawn to b3 checkmate. However, black has a very hard to see defense with the move rook to g8. Suddenly, white's g2 pawn is targeted, and after bishop takes g8 f takes g2 king to a2, black's king can escape with king to b5, and white has no mate since bishop to c4 check is just met by king takes c4. To make the plan work, white must play pawn to d3 after rook to d8 so that if black tries the same defense, white's d3 pawn will allow white to trap black's king in the mating net with bishop to c4 check. Now, however, black can play rook takes d3, and after bishop takes d3 king to b3, it seems that black's king has escaped the mating net and the king to b1 line is losing for white. But this is when the climax of the puzzle occurs. Despite black's pawns being 2 squares away from promotion, white has the time to play the amazing quiet move pawn to a4, taking away the b5 square from black's king. Again, f takes g2 is met by the move bishop to c4 check, and since king takes a4 is met by king to a2 followed by pawn to b3 checkmate, black must take white's bishop with king takes c4, and after king to c2, pawn to b3 checkmate is again unstoppable. Black has one last try with pawn to f5, intending to deflect away white's c-pawn which is controlling d5, but white can just play g takes f3 to reinforce the e4 pawn. After pawn to h2 bishop to c4 check king takes c4 king to c2, black can delay the checkmate by one move with f takes c4 f takes e4, and after pawn to h1 queen, white, with only 4 pawns and a king still on the board, will finally be able to win the game with pawn to b3 checkmate. As a last note, if black plays pawn to c4 after pawn to a4, white will play bishop to c2 mate. If you want to see more brilliant chess puzzles, be sure to like and subscribe for more. I will see you all in my next video. Goodbye.